There is hair in the face. Why do you use Firefox?
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another Blood and Beans.
Welcome back to the stream.
Another Blood and Beans. This is number 15. 15 Blood and Beans. We've been doing this a while. Sociopathic. Obviously, I got Shiloh, Phoenix Bean, Phoenix Log.
Yes, I am Prime Log, Primeland Log.
Prime Log.
I know this is YouTube, not Twitch, but still.
She's Log Prime.
Actually, I don't think you have memberships on your.
And I got Pockets behind me, over my shoulder.
Morning. You should.
Well, it's afternoon. Lost Souls jumped in, said it'd be 1 o'clock for him when the stream started.
You said that?
LOL. Neither of Lost Souls did. And it's 1 o'clock for me as well. That's why it's the post fishing edition. So it's not so much Sunday morning talk. It's Sunday when I get home from fishing talk. So
instead of blood and beans, it's like blood and tomato soup because it's usually at lunchtime.
But it was a beautiful day for kayaking. I actually considered not going because it was going to be 12-mile-an-hour winds, which it's not terrible. But for fishing, it's hard to stay in one spot and you drift all over the place. And Phoenix wanted to go with me, and how we do that is I don't have 2 kayaks, but I do have a blow-up boat. Seats 2 people. It's really good. It's got 2 different pontoons. It's actually it's a pretty nice boat. What I'll do is I'll tie some of the cordage I have coming off the back of the kayak. I'll tie it to the boat. Phoenix gets in the boat, and I jump in the kayak, and I basically tow her around the lake.
I use the oars sometimes.
No, yeah, don't. You actually were doing good there as we were. Once we started going and doing some stuff. We started using the oars. We got used to them. At first, she said it was like inverted controls, like when she tries to play Splatoon, and it was confusing, which made me laugh. That was a really funny analogy, inverted controls for rowing. But she got the hang of it, and it actually made it so I didn't have to tow her around quite as much. But yeah, it's a good time. We got up at 4 o'clock in the morning. Me and her. Pockets didn't go. 4 a.m. is too early.
He was sleepy.
I get up at 4 a.m. every other day.
I think she does. She's not going to get up at 4 a.m. to go fishing.
No,
I don't even get up that early for work, but it paid off today. We caught 7 fish, and Phoenix, the child was there to see.
I caught a grocery bag.
She fished for like an hour. But then she hooked a bag that was inside the boat, and she kind of gave up. Oh yeah, no, it was a blast. I love fishing in a kayak. I used to go out and fish off the shore all the time. And I've had some success. Always just enjoyed fishing. That's why they call it fishing and not catching, right? Always catch fish.
Wait, would mine be called shopping?
In a way, you did catch a grocery bag. But 3 years ago, I got my very first kayak, which is my very first boating vessel. So I finally have been able to get out on the water, and I've been catching more fish. And it's a ton of fun fishing off of a kayak. I got a sit-in kayak, and I've kind of modified it a little bit for fishing and stuff. It works really well, and yeah, it's intense. There's nothing like hooking a really big fish off the bow of a kayak. But yeah, I went out. We got up at 4 o'clock in the morning. We tried to hit the gas station that's supposed to be open at 4:30. They weren't open. Their gas pumps were turned on. So I put $10 in gas in the vehicle, and we headed up to the lake. Blew up the blow-up boat, set up the kayak. Took like 15-20 minutes to set up both boats. And got out on the water probably about 5:20 in the morning, something like that. That's awesome. That must be really nice. I've never done any fishing in Illinois, but I've heard the further south you go, the fish get bigger because the water is warmer. And I know Illinois is not really far south, but I believe it is south west of New York State. So we're pretty north. Pretty big fish though in this lake. Like I said, caught 7. 2 of them were too small. I caught like an 8-inch bass and probably about like an 8-inch pickerel, real tiny, maybe 6-inch pickerel, real small. Phoenix said it was a half a pickerel. And I pulled a 12-inch bass out. Kept it because 12 inches is the limit in New York State, and I catch them and fry them up with a little bit of breading, and I eat them. And I caught 2 16-inchers, probably about 2.5 pounds or so a piece. And I caught a big 20-inch bass this morning. Actually, finally landed the 20-incher I've been chasing basically my entire flight. Probably about a good 4 to 4.5 pounds.
And I was there for it.
Definitely
so
more than 4. I don't think he was 5. But he was, yeah. And she saw it.
I witnessed.
I got a witness. I got a witness. And then I pulled a 21-inch pickerel out of there as well today. So it was a really great morning of fishing. We got up really early to go do it. We fought the wind the entire time. We fought the drift the entire time, but it was very much worth it. It was a lot of fun. So I'm glad that she had a chance to go with me. And she put a fortune cookie in her birthday cupcake.
It's not a birthday, it's graduation.
Cupcake. Yeah. Got your winter baby.
Not summer, I wish. So the pool party,
Oh,
but I can't.
Winter.
You can have a pool party.
Yeah, we can want a pool. We don't have a pool. This is truly culinary
Gotcha.
art.
Yeah, I know a lot of people that there was a few people out there today kayak fishing on the lake, and they were catch and release as well. At least the guy that was catching them. The other people we talked to, nobody else had any bites. I saw this guy actually pull two fish out of like in decent size, probably again like 16 inches, about 2.5 pounds.
I just had a fortune
But he was
cookie
putting them back. I like to eat them. They're bass it's very tasty. I like bass.
I just had a fortune cookie tell me that I'm only here because of luck.
Well,
It's right.
it's true.
Father, this is my visual representation of a
Nice.
snapping
22
turtle.
incher, huh? Yeah, see, something up 20 inches and above is what I've been. I've caught a 19.5 incher before, but it doesn't make the cut, right? Like, it's like, and I'm not going to stretch this fish and say, oh no, it's 20 inches. Like, I was really upset about it, but it was not quite the size. Wasn't known for a pound limit or anything, just size limit, or a size goal.
Can we take a picture
20
of my signature display?
A little bit.
It's my snapping
20 inches and
turtle.
above is what I've been looking for. So I finally got it today. It was a blast. So yeah, it's been my whole life, and today I got my white whale, and off of a kayak. But you should have seen Phoenix. Like, she was just as excited as me, like jumping. Oh my, what is it? Oh my God!
Right now I'm too tired to be excited.
Yeah. Well, you got up at 4 o'clock in the morning. It's just
No, it
it
doesn't.
wants to hug you.
It's just it does. It's trying to snap at you. Doesn't go.
Oh my God, it was a real blast, honestly. But yeah, walleye you said you got a lot of bass and walleye where you live. That's awesome. I've heard walleye are one of the toughest fish to catch. I've never caught one. I've never gone specifically for walleye. I know they like to sit at the bottom of the lake, and typically nighttime. I know is when a lot of people catch them. I've never gotten one. I know my father has been trying to get a walleye basically his whole life. He doesn't do much fishing anymore, but he never got one. So you got walleye by you. That's pretty awesome. Supposedly there's walleye in that lake too, where I fish.
Yeah.
But
Mr. Joe told us.
Mr. Fisherman Joe, the fisherman I was talking to when I was packing up my stuff, was telling me all about the lake. And some of I guess there's bullhead in there too.
Well, I was so kindly
stoked.
saving the water worm thing.
Motorboats, that's what my parents always used to use, was motorboats. That's what I grew up on. When I went out on a boat, it was always a motorboat. never had a motorboat of my own, and I've always wanted to get out on the water and off of the shore to go fishing, because then I could actually catch, maybe some big fish. But yeah, I went to Walmart, and at the time it was the cheapest one there. It was $128. It's one of those orange Sun Dolphin Aruba 8. It's an 8-foot sit-in kayak, completely bare bones, no seat to sit on, no rod holder. It was really topsy turvy. Not super, but not as stable as I'd like from a little kayak fishing out of it. So I kind of modified it, wrapped cordage all the way around it. So I put loops in the cordage so that I can hook it up to whatever I need to. If I need to dock it or something like that. Put a milk crate and a bucket in the back, basically a live well. There's snapping turtles in the lake, and I don't want them pulling the fish on my stringer and capsizing my kayak. Put a rod holder, cup holder for my coffee. That's a must. And done quite. Oh yeah, and the outriggers, made my own actually, kind of. Basically, I've attached 2 pool noodles, one on each side of the kayak, to give it some stability right under the lip, where the lip of the kayak is. And man, oh man, does that! It's like a little rope. It's like a 1-person rowboat now. It's freaking awesome. So yeah, all kayaking. Yeah, I mean, like I said, fished out of a boat before, and you can still get a lot of great places and get a lot of great fish and fished off of a boat. But kayak can be pretty intense, because if you hook a big fish, the fish is going to pull the kayak. Like even today with Phoenix with me, and I was towing a boat with her in it behind the kayak. When I hooked, that 4.5 pounder, it was pulling the kayak and the boat.
They were going.
So I mean, that wasn't pulling us fast or anything, but even she could tell, like it was moving us, and it was moving me. It actually moved us in, both of us, right in towards the weeds, towards shore. But if that wasn't hooked up to like her boat, that big fish probably would have given me a ride unlike anything I've hooked before. So it was intense. It was fun. Oh yeah, it was. It's, I guess they call it a fisherman's sleigh ride, which is basically what it is. Because I'm always pulling the 2.5, 3 pounders out of there constantly. 16-inch, 18-inch bass. I go all summer long. My fishing license actually runs out today. I got to renew it next week. And even those will tow that light kayak. My kayak only weighs 37 pounds. I mean, without all the additions and stuff that I put on it. I mean, how much does a milk crate and a pool noodle weigh? It's not
a lot.
It's not that much.
A lot.
Oh yeah, tons.
7 pounds per item.
I don't think a pool noodle weighs 7 pounds.
7 pounds per item.
Okay, Karen.
Actually, it's Janet. Get it right.
No, it's Janet. So, I mean, like I said, it's like maybe if I had a heavier kayak, it's not exactly like a bass fishing kayak or anything like that.
That's my Karen alternate
So
personality.
it's nice to have this Blood and Beans post fishing edition day with actually catching some fish.
You got some fish last week.
That's awesome, man, to stay an entire week. We used to have, my parents had, when I was younger, my parents had camps on a few different lakes. As I was growing up, they'd sell one after a few years, get another one. That's where I'd go out boating and stuff with them. And we'd do that sometimes. Most of the time it was like a weekend thing. Sometimes we'd stay a whole week, cabin, camper, something like that. Yeah, but we go to Locust Lake now too. Fish in there aren't quite as big. There's bass in there. There's no lunkers, nothing 20 inches in there. There's nothing I've caught. There's some decent sized bass in there though. There's perch. There's really big sunfish in there. I know I've hooked quite a few of them. Not in recent years, but there's big sunfish in that lake. We got a cabin there. That we go there once a month in the summer. So we stay. It's a weekend thing. Yeah.
You're in England right now. We would be.
Well, from what I understand, Florida's got some big bass because the water is so warm. From what I understand, you go, but watch out for gators. I think because I know Florida has alligators as well, and wherever there's bass, I'd be wary about. But if you're in a boat, then you're fine. I don't know if I'd go out in a kayak. Hey, Twisted, how are you, man?
Hola.
I'm sharing some fish stories, but true fish stories, which is great because I have a witness here as well. I also posted a bunch of pictures to the Discord too. So proof, it is out there. The truth is out there. Oh, no worries about being late, my friend. I'm glad you're here. Happy Sunday. Sorry, it's not morning blood and beans. But like I was saying, it's because it's the post fishing edition. So it's after I get back from fishing, blood and beans. Which still feels like morning to me. But I've done a lot of rowing today, a lot of kayaking. Been up since 4 o'clock in the morning, and I gutted and cleaned 5 pretty large fish. Like I said, I did have that 12-inch bass, which is, I mean, yeah, it's a keeper, but barely. But the other 4 fish were really, really good size. That 21-inch pickerel and that 20-inch bass, man, those are the highlights of basically my day. So, oh yeah. I double check. I believe it's in the description. My Discord. Yeah, if you go to the description, there's a link to my Discord. That'd be awesome. As soon as the stream is over, I'll upgrade your status to victim or camping or something. Whichever we want. We'll go from there. Cool.
He means your Discord role.
Yeah, the Discord
not like
role.
that he's gonna kill you.
No, I couldn't do that. I just don't want to leave you with a blank role. I don't want you to feel neglected. I would change it immediately, but I'm doing this.
I want to be a mod on your Discord.
That's fine. You can be a mod on my Discord.
Even though I can't use Discord. I want to be a mod on your Discord.
Okay, you can do that. Phoenix,
See, the funny thing is my laptop is already all signed in and everything. It's just broken.
Twisted Skipster says, hola.
Hola,
Just
amigo.
wanted to let you know.
Me
I don't
gusta.
know if it's me gusta.
Me gusta, not me gusta.
I don't know. I took 1 year Spanish. I know.
I didn't take any years.
Yo
I
no,
took Google Translate.
yo no hablo español, which means I don't speak Spanish. I know how to say I don't speak Spanish in Spanish. So at least that will come in handy someday.
One time. What? One time.
I speak a very, very, very little bit of French.
Go.
Very little bit of French.
Oh, it's on your
It
shoe.
took 2 years in middle school. Most of that knowledge is lost on me now. I can speak a few sentences. That's about it.
Francais baguette oui oui.
Yeah.
I know black cat is cat noir. Red fox is Rive Rouge. Dangerous.
Rouge is French. Hot box. I don't know.
I know.
Absolutely. Yeah, man. We can talk Facebook. We can talk Discord. Let's see. I don't speak Spanish. I'll be jumping over to Google Translate just to see what
I remember one time I was on the Discord once and I only spoke Spanish and everybody was so confused.
Well, at least you won't hold it against me then later for not knowing. I actually should know Italian. I'm not from Italy or anything, but
Francais, no, that spaghetti.
Your wife knows more Italian than you.
Yes, my wife knows more Italian than I do. Pockets knows more Italian than I do.
I know Enderman, an enchantment table, and
Facts.
Japanese.
Phoenix actually, yes, knows. She's been teaching herself Japanese for the past 3.5 years, and she's legit been learning Enderman.
I've already learned it. I just need to learn how to speak it, but I lost my translation.
Last time we went down to the Hudson, down to the beach, down to the Hudson River. She was on the beach writing. She was writing an Enderman in the sand.
I wrote the word hi.
So, which is pretty funny.
You can use Enderman translators on like the YouTubes, not the YouTubes, the internet, like the Googles. You can just like search up Enderman translator. You click on the first link, and then you type it in English, and you can copy and paste the Enderman, and that's how you type an Enderman in Discord and in everything else.
I don't know how to speak Enderman or type Enderman.
Oh yeah.
Write an Enderman.
Oh yeah.
I have to learn. At least I have a teacher here with me.
Oh yeah.
So apparently she picks up languages really easily because by the time she goes to school, they're gonna be like, "What language do you want to use? French or Spanish?" She's like, "I already know Japanese, Enderman, and Enchantment Table." Like,
I don't need two of those. Enchantment Table, I still have to learn like really well, but there is no spoken language for Enchantment Table. It's only word, only write.
only right. There's a spoken language for Enderman.
Oh yeah, it's Kai.
Okay, it's good to know. Well, that way, if I'm ever playing Minecraft,
Yod is.
and Enderman starts talking to me, I can have you there to translate and tell me what he's saying.
Usually just says what's up and hi, and look for the eye.
Oh, it's very interesting. I did not know that.
You're welcome.
So apparently, I did not know that Enderman actually talks to you in Minecraft. It's amazing what you learn from your children.
Welcome to Gen Z. I hate it here.
So you did good, Trooper, getting up with me at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Heading out. When we left the house, man, it was black outside. It was night. It was nighttime.
It was sleepy time.
It was sleepy.
I was supposed to be. I was literally while I was getting dressed, I was like, I am so tired, and I just want to go back to bed. But then I went anyway.
Yeah, you stayed awake the whole time.
Yeah.
You can tell because you're tired right now.
I'm very tired. I don't know what it was about the water. Maybe you catching fish, but I was not as tired then.
Well, yeah.
Right now, I'm acting like I'm a drunk person.
Landed seven fish. 5 of them were keepers, and 2 of those keepers were big fish.
For example,
you know, when Dad's landing, pulling monsters into the kayak, it's probably a little easier to stay awake.
For example,
glad this is a great.
Because I was so tired, I was bored and wasn't thinking, so I just stuck a fortune cookie into a cupcake, and then it happened to look like a snapping turtle, so I was like, yep. And then I had 2 candles because I put candles in all of them. Don't use the candles, that's only for aesthetic purposes only. And then I stuck them behind little hand looking things, and now it looks like it has claws.
Well, now you know what a snapping turtle looks like in the water.
Yeah.
Because before she was like floating around today, she's sitting there going, "Dad, what's that? Is that a stick floating out of the water? It's just sitting there. What is that?" And you see, like, it's just the head just popping up out of the water. Like every once in a while, you'll see the shell behind it, like the top of it rise up, but very rarely. That lake it's got a lot of turtles in it, snappers and box turtles. I know because I've seen the little baby ones, smaller than a baseball, right next to my kayak. Real tiny turtles.
They're cute.
But there's big snapping turtles. I mean, with shells bigger than manhole covers.
They're dinosaurs.
Bigger and giant heads on them, like bigger than a grapefruit.
I like grapefruit.
Size of a small melon. Very, very big snapping turtles in that lake. But every morning you go out there and it's so still and so tranquil, and you can see all these little. Once in a while, you see them pop off and it pop up in the water, and it's just funny that we finally got to know. And she was like, "Oh." If I dangle my finger in the water for a long period of time,
that was literally 3 hours apart.
Yeah, I know.
I said that at 8.
In 3 hours.
I saw that thing monster at 4.
Saw the monster at 4. And you only saw one turtle?
Yeah.
You only saw one turtle?
I only saw one.
Oh man, I saw a bunch while we were out there today.
Really? This
Yeah,
is-
I should have started pointing them out to you. They were all right where I was fishing. Like, remember the one I told you I was casting? I was like, I don't want to hook the turtle. And I pointed it out to you.
Yeah, and I didn't see.
Oh,
because-
that's because you didn't know what you were looking for. It was the
Yeah.
little head poking out of the water. Now you know. That's actually I know. My cousin, my older cousin, he's like my parents' age, a little younger. He actually made snapping turtle gumbo
Oh my
one
god,
time
it was so
for-
good.
No,
camping
it's
trip.
not.
at Locust Lake,
It was awesome.
and it was very, very good. So I have had snapping turtle before.
We took the rest
And
home with us.
yes, I agree. It is. Yes, we did.
Your
It's,
mother didn't like it, so she was
it's,
like, here.
it's delicious. She knew what it was.
It's
I know.
disgusting.
You don't know that it's snapping turtle. Like it's
No,
even if
you
it was
don't.
good. It was
tastes
very good.
good.
Yes, and it was. He knows how to clean them. Like you keep it for like a week. You flush it out with water, all that stuff. And he's been doing it for years. But Twisted Skipster says hello, Patrick.
Hello.
But yeah, he's been doing it for years. So he didn't tell me what it was. I had a feeling because he was talking about it the last time I had seen him, and he's like, "Hey, try this." So I'm like, "All right, I'll try it." He's a big guy.
And it
Just putting that out.
tasted
He's a big guy. It was really good.
really bad.
Rice, turtle meat. It was delicious.
No.
It was awesome.
Snapping turtle gumbo. Oh my god, it was good stuff.
Yeah, it was good.
So yeah, I was pretty happy with that. I agree. Snapping turtle's very, very tasty. But when you're in a sit-in kayak, literally my behind, my rear end is below the water level.
In a kayak.
I'm in a kayak below the water level. Right there. The water's. I can put my hand right out to the side. The water's right there. And you see all these giant snapping turtles. There's just a little point of their snout sticking out of the water, but you know what's under there because I've seen them. There's one time that we went fishing off the dock. That Phoenix was there with me, and I had a fish on the stringer, and the stringer while I was fishing went really tight. I know. But Phoenix saw the turtle. So I'm pulling on the stringer. I'm like, that's not my fish. It was like a 14-inch bass. It wasn't big enough to pull a dock. I thought it was snagged. And I ended up pulling it out of wherever it was, and there was like a triangular bite out of its stomach. And there's all these bubbles coming up from the water, and Phoenix looks over the edge of the dock, and we both see it at the same time. And this huge snapping turtle, like I said, shell bigger than a manhole cover, moss growing off of its shell, like it had its own ecosystem out of its shell. A big old head like a dinosaur just came floating right up to the surface from underneath the dock. So there's really, I know the size of the turtles in that lake, and they're all over. There's tons of turtles in that lake, but I've seen beavers. One time I was out fishing, there's this huge thing splashing around. I'm like, what is that? I row over, and this huge beaver comes out of the weeds. That didn't come to the kayak to come in it or anything, but close
Tell
enough for
the
me to.
herring story.
The heron?
The heron story.
Yeah, there's a heron that comes there too.
And it's your friend.
It is, because it's usually sitting there perched on a log inside one of those lily fields, just sitting there. Looks like a person. Sometimes I don't see it. I get a feeling like I'm being watched, like there's something there. I'll scan around, I don't see it, still don't see it, I'll scan. And then eventually out of the corner of my eye, it looks like there's a person standing in the lake. And I look over, there's this giant bird standing on a branch or a log sticking out of the freaking lily pads, with completely still, looking for fish. No, I've had alligator jerky. I don't think that counts.
I want beef jerky.
Beyond that, no, I've never had alligator. I've heard it takes like a combination between chicken and fish. So I am interested. If I ever had the chance, yeah, I'd try alligator. Absolutely. Absolutely. I would try alligator.
I like jerky. Beef jerky. I'll stick with that.
You eat fish? You wouldn't try alligator?
No,
Why?
because it's a lizard thing.
It's no, but
The
it's
reptile.
very similar.
Still a
Very similar
reptile.
to.
Just because it breathes in water doesn't mean it's a fish.
So you would never eat snake if it was cooked.
Snake's good.
Cooked snake, yeah. Well, alligator, I imagine, is
Who would
Very-
eat snake?
very similar, but like they say, probably a little bit more fishy than snake.
If you're eating snake, I'm judging you.
I've never had snake. Nope, I don't. Never had shark either.
Or are you too scared of the cooked snakes
I'd
too?
like to try shark, but I don't want to try shark fin soup. I'd like to know that it's a not endangered shark, and they're
No
using the whole thing. They're not just cutting its fins off and pushing it overboard.
No, shark.
It depends on the shark. If it's an abundance of shark, like yeah, I would try shark.
See, that's the thing.
But like, would I ever try like
People think it's just
great-
abundance of shark.
without
There
no like a certain species, like a great white shark or a mako shark? No, I wouldn't want to try it because
Brown Cheetos.
because I don't know, I wouldn't want to kill one of those. The ocean kind of needs as many like great whites and makos right now as
You
it
know
can
what
get.
I like?
But some sharks, like I imagine, like aren't endangered that you can fish for regularly, and they're in season, and there's size limits and stuff like that. Something like that, absolutely. Yeah, I would love to try shark. Hey, PA, how are you, man?
Hello. You know what I like?
What do you like?
Chicken.
Alligator tastes like chicken.
No,
from
it
what I heard.
doesn't.
From what I heard.
Alligator.
No, it tastes like chicken. Chicks say chicken gator.
You say duck tastes like chicken all the time. No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't. Duck doesn't taste like duck. Tastes like duck.
You say that all the time. It tastes like chicken.
No, it doesn't.
You say that though.
There's no-
I don't care if it does or not. You
And I
say
don't.
it doesn't.
No, I don't. I've never said duck tastes like chicken.
Yes, you have. Mother.
No, we haven't.
Yes, yes. I'm going insane. Goodbye.
It's because you're tired.
Oh, I'm tired. I'm like, ow.
PA Nightmares says hello. Hello to you. And says hello to the Phoenix as well.
Hola. Oh, yeah.
So, Yeah, it's been a very
Hola.
eventful morning.
Hola.
It's been a very eventful week. But yeah, we did a good job fishing today. Very fun. So it's nice to come to this post fishing edition with an actual fishing story that I can back up and let you to buy. But
I know 2 words. Konnichiwa, amigo.
that konnichiwa is not Greek.
Neither is amigo.
I know.
What is
That's the first thing you say. Neither one of those is Greek. Why are you combining languages, calling it Greek?
I don't know.
Okay, that's interesting. This coffee's keeping me alive right now.
guys, guess what browser Dad uses?
Great. Everybody's gonna be taking a nap. I'm
He
gonna
uses Firefox
Yes.
and Yahoo.
Well, that's. I barely ever use Yahoo. I have Gmail.
He uses Firefox like a weirdo.
I also use Google for podcasting, and I use Explorer for 8-Bit Sociopath, my side channel.
You can't use YouTube on Internet Explorer.
Really? Because I do.
I don't like this computer.
I like the computer.
I don't. You know what computer I like? My laptop.
We'll have to get it fixed. PA says hello to everybody.
Hola!
And Phoenix screamed hola. And Pockets is waving. Waving.
What is that? What do you think?
Boy, all right, so my coffee has gone. I think fatigue has finally taken hold of me here. It's been a long day.
Like I said, you guys are gonna take a nap. I need to be the only one up.
No, I'm not gonna take a nap. You know what
I
I'm gonna do?
might.
I'm gonna watch YouTube
I do.
in Minecraft.
If I chose to, I wouldn't be able to nap for an hour. We can have
And
this conversation at a later point. There's nothing wrong with naps. You're not going to take a nap? You've been up since 4 a.m. You're staying awake? You're already going to the community.
Welcome.
Shiloh is losing her mind.
Vacation.
Yeah, well, like I said, kid's a trooper. She got up very early today. We left before the sun came up. Stayed awake the whole time. Towing a big rubber boat behind a kayak around the lake. My arms are tired.
I have an idea, everybody. ASMR with Phoenix.
What do you stop that? What are you doing when you fight?
Those are
Crackling.
those were my wrists.
Why are you crackling?
Because I don't drink enough milk because I'm lactose intolerant. So my
Her
bones make
crack.
noises.
We'll get some whack.
I can only crack.
She won't drink it. She won't drink almond milk. She won't drink soap.
I can only crack 8 of my.
You're gonna
Self.
end up with arthritis when you get older if you don't stop doing that.
She's already going
Stop
to.
it. Stop it. Well,
Says
you're not gonna
the
take
guy
me
who
fishing
types
anymore.
all day.
Not gonna take you fishing anymore. Stop it.
I already did.
Good.
You fool! Before you even threatened me,
Don't make me smack you.
that is child abuse.
Stop
You cannot do that.
reversing my logic.
Uno reverse card. +4.
Teacher is supposed
The color's blue.
Uno reverse card. It's awesome.
She's just
Ooh.
doing it at 11.
I hear you, PA. I work 11-hour days too all week long. And then I get up even earlier on the weekend than I do during the week so I can go fishing. Yeah, I'm one of those people. I'm kind of a nut. So
Anyway, how's your day, chat? Oh, it moved.
Oh, no.
I try, man. I do my best. All right. I mean, we crossed over that half an hour mark.
No,
Don't overstand your eyes. baby.
they never answered the question.
Much after,
How was their day?
oh, well, after I'm not
How was their day?
clicking off the stream right this
Yes,
second.
you are.
Like 5 minutes or so. We'll probably go ahead and we'll end the stream. So I just wanted to give you guys a heads up. Not
Thank you, PA, for answering the question.
just PA answered the question.
Whoever answers the question gets a gold star that says, "You tried. Good job."
Yeah, she's something else, man. 11 years old, going on 30.
Technically, if that actually were to happen, then I would have to be in a coma for enough years.
Maybe you are.
You probably like that movie 15 going on 30.
Maybe this is all a dream. That's why I caught all those fish, because nobody catches all those fish.
Nope, definitely not.
That's how you know. Yeah, see, and I like that name, Tori. It's a nice name. It is.
I never said it wasn't.
I just said it is. I'm just
I'm staring at you.
reaffirming my assertion.
How to make anybody anxious? Just stare at them until they cry.
Well, don't do
The
that.
best form of bullying. Just stare at them until they cry.
You're gonna make me cry.
Thank you, God. I'm using the force to
I
squeeze
towed you around
the water
the
out
lake.
of your eyes.
I towed you around
I
the lake
used
for
oars.
4 hours.
I wanted to not be on the boat. What PA nightmares? No!
No screaming, please.
My voice is crackly.
I know it's hurting my ears when you're loud.
Ah. Ah. I've been slapped with tobacco and lung cancer.
I'm vaping. I don't know what you're talking about.
You just slapped me with tobacco.
This is a vape.
And this is a cat. What do you mean?
This is a cat. Oh my cat.
I'm eating him. You eat
She
fish
does.
and ice kitty.
She definitely does stare into the soul. But she does. It's like her superpower.
Are you good, mate?
Very old.
I was actually thinking about sticking her into a dryer and seeing
No,
if she'll
you're not.
shrink, but she won't let me. It might work. I'd
No.
shrink you down.
Speaking of dryers, when I was like 6, I used to go in the dryer, keep it open because I was scared of the dark, and then like sit on the weird thing that goes out of it, and then it would spin, and I was like, yay! And I kept doing that, and then I got out.
The other day.
I did. I can still fit in the dryer.
Get out of it. You're gonna
The
knock
time's
out
ticking.
balance.
I'm sticking, man.
Yeah, but I
I
didn't
could
sit
sit
on
in
the
the dryer. Come on.
Yeah, but don't.
Time's
No, but
ticking.
it's also like on. It's got a belt wrapped around it.
I know that's why I told her to get out.
Don't get in the dryer.
And I already fucking.
I did it when I was 6, and then like the other day, I just sat in the dryer, and Mom was like, "Get out of the dryer!"
Well, you shouldn't have been in there when you were 6 either.
Java almost went for a ride in the dryer the other
He
day.
did. He did.
No rides in the dryer.
He was
Java.
like, "Oh yay, dryer!
Woo!
Woo!"
Pays them the same damn thing constantly. Oh, the dryer's open. Let's
Dab
go
me
get
up.
him. Like,
Hello,
no.
cat. Ow! No! I asked you to dab me up, not slap me up. Stop!
I caught an 8 of that small bass, the 8-inch one that I threw back and went to put it back in the water. Kind of like, sat there in the water, wiggled, and looked at me like it was going to jump in the boat because that's happened to me before. Bass do that, bass. When you put it back, sometimes they jump back out again. So I slapped it away and stuff, and she was asking me why I did that, and I explained to her that bass have the temperament of Java. They don't like to be caught. They don't like to be told no. So she thought that was a pretty funny analogy, and talking about Java just kind of reminded me of that. So. They do.
The cat who plays fetch. Constantly.
Bass play
How do
fetch.
people like
I
fruit
cast
gum?
my lure and then they get it for me.
How do you
I have
cats
to throw.
your lure?
It's wordplay.
Anyway, how do people like
Hey.
fruity gum
I
and
love
like
fruity
bubble
gum,
gum?
but that's not fruity. That's plain
This
flavor.
is bubble gum.
It's just plain bubble gum.
I don't know how people eat it and not die. Look at the starch.
You don't
That's
eat
not
it.
starch.
I always
That's-
spit my gum out. Don't eat gum.
No, not eat it. How do they chew it? How do they actually enjoy bubble gum?
Just chew it.
Like, I understand mint gum. I love mint gum. It's great.
You
It's
don't like-
refreshing.
Fruit gum? Fruity's where it's at.
Actually, I think I know why.
Because it's fruity.
One of my friends,
I just chew it.
whenever
it
they get
candy?
any gum, they go next to me, then they chew it with their mouth open, and then they take a slight piece of the gum out and then start nibbling on the gum after it's chewed.
Yeah,
And it's
no,
always
do
fruit
that.
gum, and it smells disgusting.
Oh,
Causes me
well,
so much
and
pain.
I just fruit straight.
And then I ask, why? Why must you do this to me? And then I tell them they have a problem because they chew 1 pack of gum per day. Looking at you, Becky. Looking at you. Anyway,
I like Becky.
Becky's great.
I know who
But
he,
it's not
who he is.
His name's not
Call-
actually
You
Becky.
call him Becky.
I call him Becky because he
I
had a
like it.
turtle named Becky. And then it died. So now I call him Becky.
That's
That's just nice.
not nice.
If it makes you feel any better, I called him Becky before that. Before he died.
But you called him
Before he died.
Called
Before
him-
the turtle died.
Becky because he had a turtle.
Named
He
Becky.
wrote a whole
Yeah.
eulogy for something.
For what? Oh yeah, Jimmy the pineapple, my son. So the other day, I got some
Oh, I love
straws.
fruit stripe. It's amazing.
That's what I've been saying.
That's the gum they chew.
I like
That's
fruit
the gum
stripes.
they chew.
Fruit stripe's amazing because it's all the different
Okay.
flavors.
Anyway. So speaking of
I
stuff,
like it too.
I have these straws, right? And there was one with pineapple on it. So I took off the pineapple to the point where it could still become a pineapple, and so that was very cool. It was a nice straw. Anyway, But I brought it to school, and then one of my friends killed it. So, woo! And then for a whole week, we were sad because my son, Jimmy the Pineapple, was dead. And on Friday, since we didn't really have anything to do, we held a funeral for the pineapple. And then I wrote a eulogy. Where did you put that, by the way? I should
For a
read-
pineapple?
Shut up.
You wrote a eulogy for a pineapple?
Hey, he was my son. Where is it?
And she wasn't even overtired when she did this. This is something completely serious, apparently. You wrote, oh, this child, I swear, yeah. R.I.P. Jimmy the Pineapple.
Actually, his full name was Jimmy Pineapple. Anyway,
Oh, Jimmy Pineapple.
Jimmy Pineapple was only 2 years old in pineapple years when he was kidnapped and killed by name not found. That just sounds like George not found, but without a name. Anyway, he has not been arrested because the police don't do their jobs. Jimmy Pineapple, rest in peace, 2021 to 2021, and then Rip Retton and Enderman.
That's very elaborate for a pineapple.
What do you mean?
That's an awful lot of thought and planning and accuracy for a pineapple.
No cat food.
The police don't do their job.
Frank, how are you, man?
Hello, Frank. I hope you heard the wonderful eulogy of my dead son.
Oh, Jimmy Pineapple.
Jimmy Pineapple.
2021 to 2021.
I have his corpse in my room.
What? There's a decaying pineapple in
It's
your room?
not an actual pineapple. It's one of the straw things.
Oh, so Jimmy Pineapple is an ornate straw pineapple.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Either way, if he was real or was made out of paper, he came off of a tree.
So who killed him?
I said name not found. Name.
Which sounds a lot like George not found
That's a
without a name.
YouTuber I watch. It's not.
Oh, sorry. That makes it even funny. So yeah, funny stuff. All right. I mean, it's been a really great morning. Got a lot of fishing in. I did a ton of kayaking. My arms are freaking burning. Hey Frank, how's it going, man? I was right about. Sorry, I'm closing out the stream. But yeah, had a great morning. Caught a ton of fish today. I guess not a ton, but yeah, caught 7 fish and kept 5. So I mean, it was definitely a successful day of fishing. I'm glad I was able to share all that with you. Like I said, I shared a bunch of pictures on the Discord. Phoenix got to see a bunch of geese from like 5 feet
They
away.
almost killed me.
She thought that she was going to die. Dad, I'm floating.
I'm flying towards the geese.
Yeah, I know the stream title says Sunday morning. I thought, yeah.
It's not morning.
And no,
Father.
it's not morning, but that's why it's post fishing edition. So instead of Sunday morning coffee talk, it's Sunday morning after whenever the hell I get back from fishing talk, post fishing edition. So the beginning of the stream was basically for the first half an hour was me talking about the fishing trip. Yes, well, I caught my white whale. Finally, it's been my entire life, and I finally caught the fish that I've been fishing for my whole life. So it's a pretty epic day. It's gonna be some good eats. Can't wait. We'll be breading that up and frying it a little bit later on here this afternoon. So. Oh yeah, I know. I just wanted to explain. You didn't be as much of a smartass as you want. That's fine. That's all I really know is smartasses. But you're a smartass.
Uno reverse card, no you.
Phoenix is definitely a smartass. So,
I haven't had.
yeah, man. Good times. But yeah, great morning. I'm absolutely exhausted. I'm going to try to push through the day. If I do take a nap later, it won't be for very long, but I might lie down for maybe an hour or so. Set my alarm. We'll see. I want to thank you guys for stopping in. Listening to me babble on about my fishing stories, and listening to Phoenix over here babble on about
My son.
Jimmy Pineapple.
My son.
And again, thanks for stopping in. Absolutely love you guys. Hope you guys have a fantastic Sunday, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.
Ta-ta. That's really do that.